Hello everybody, this is the Dragon King. Welcome to Dragon King 72 Media LLC on YouTube, Dragon King 72 Media LLC on TikTok, and Dragon King 72 Media LLC on Twitter. If you've seen the caption, you know what I'm about to talk about. And I'm not going to give any spoilers because some of you are not going to see this. I'm going to do the spoilers probably, today is June the 5th. I'll probably do it tomorrow, Saturday. And, but I'm going to just tell you about the movie just a little bit. The Masters of the Universe. And first of all, I grew up during a time where I saw the actual, not the reruns, but I saw the actual, it came on, 1984, I was 12 years old, or 1983, 1984, I was 11 or 12 years old, right? And I loved He-Man. I watched every episode. I didn't miss a beat. It came out when I was in 4th grade, which would have been around 9 years old. But either way, around that time, I was like 10, 11, 12 years old. And I like this version of He-Man. I didn't care for the version, the Dolph Lundgren version that we got back in the 80s. I thought it was absolute trash. I thought they rushed a script just so they can capitalize on the whole He-Man thing. And I just didn't appreciate the movie. And I had complained about, back then, the Dolph Lundgren version of the He-Man movie. You know, why would they come to Earth? Or I understood why they would come to Earth, but why would they go to Los Angeles of all places, right? That just seems very kind of cliche. You know what I'm saying? That they would go to Los Angeles. A better place they should have went is maybe North Dakota or in the Grand Canyon area. That would have gave you a symbolism of Eternia, right? With the mountains and all the valleys and all of that stuff. California was just the easy way to do it. I don't know what that budget was back then. It had to be less than $20 million. You know what I'm saying? It had to be. And I didn't appreciate Dolph Lundgren being in that version. I didn't like it at all. I just really thought that, it wasn't really what I wanted in the He-Man movie. The one thing that they may have gotten right in that version was the actual costumes and what they look like. Outside of that, no, I just didn't care for it. And it always put a hindrance on, what a new He-Man movie would be like. And as far as, me having too high expectations, because that cartoon was great, because they even had like PSA moments at the end when they talked about friends, and they talked about loyalty, and they talked about people supporting each other. They talked about a lot of stuff after the cartoons, and I'm going to tell you why that's important in this movie, not today, but tomorrow, or Sunday. But yeah, I'm gonna do it soon, do the spoiler. But overall, so this version was giving me, it wasn't really doing a whole lot for me. The guy who played this version, I liked the movie, but there were some things that were off. The Nick, is it Gelante, Nick Gelante, whatever. He was great. His portrayal of He-Man was excellent. I thought it was great. And ladies and the gentlemen of my persuasion, that body is delicious. You know what I'm saying? There was a part, I'm not going to show you, but there's a part where we get a little close up of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's nice. You know what I'm saying? We get a little close up of what's going on, and I think I think they did it on purpose. You know, I think they did it on purpose, and it's a good thing, by the way. Um, I just thought it was like great, and they did it on purpose. And well, I'll show. I can't show you. I don't do all the graphics and shit, but I'll I'm gonna go see the movie again. I'm gonna try to see it again before this weekend pass. But the opening scene was great. You know, I'm not gonna say, like I said, I'm not gonna give any spoilers, not right now. But and I'm gonna have another. I'm gonna have a thumbnail that's gonna work. But the opening scene of the movie it's a very endearing type of scene. It's fun. It's playful. Um, and you know, we get to see our fan favorite animal. Um, and it's nice. You know what I'm saying? And then we get into other areas of the movie where it gets kind of it's got hidden at your heartstrings, and it's kind of like, you know, how a lot like how I felt a lot growing up, with having a difference, being alone, not really having a lot of friends. You know what I'm saying? So you see that um, play out for a little bit, and you know, then there's other things. But I will say though, some of the characters were, without giving it away, some of the characters were overdressed. You know what I'm saying? The cartoon that I'm used to seeing, it was really kind of, it had more. I didn't know what it was called then, but what it's called now is sex appeal. Um, but you know, I don't know how hot Eternia gets, but they were dressed like a lot of the characters were dressed like it was minus 20 degrees outside. You know, I'm like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Everything looks very sunny, very warm there. Y'all are dressed. I don't know, and I just didn't think. And then we're how can I say this? Okay, so the movie does have it does have a certain kind of nostalgia, but also I would have wanted to see more likeness to the original cartoon, and one particular scene, and I didn't actually see it, and you know, we'll get into it when I do the spoiler review, because I'm gonna go see the movie again, because the theater that I went to here in Wisconsin in Wauwatosa, I went to see it on June the 3rd at AMC Mayfair 18. They didn't have any of the swords. They didn't have any of the stuff. So I have to go back just to get those things because I want them. They're, you know, they're memorabilia from my childhood, and I'm going to go get them. I just have to. I'm going to plan my strategy to go get them, because right now they didn't have them, and they said they would only premiere them when they actually show the movie, and June the 3rd was not the premiere. It was more of a sneak peek, if you will, special screening. So, but I went and I enjoyed it. I saw it on June the 3rd. Yeah, I'm going to go back and see it again. But, hold on one second. Duke, chill out. He's not. You know what I'm saying? He's barking at people every time they go down by the fence. But overall, I like the movie. I think it's a must go see. Um, a lot of the boxes were checked. A lot of them were not. So if I had to give this, I'm gonna go see it again. But right now, if I had to give it, let me see, it would get two. It would get 3 dragon breaths right now. You know, I am the Dragon King. This is the dragon. This is the dungeon. So I would give it 3 dragon breaths. You know what I'm saying? As far as it being fire. You know what I'm saying? If I go see it again, you know, maybe that might change. But I'm gonna give it 3 dragon breaths at the time, right now, which is the 5th, because I just felt like there was more that could have been. Yeah, I was missing something. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was just, and there were a lot of other things I'm gonna talk about too that I didn't necessarily care for. Idris Elba's he played Man at Arms. You know, there was something else. I'm gonna explain it all in the spoiler review when I do this tomorrow or Sunday, but definitely tomorrow. And a lot of things were missing, and it worked in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, it didn't. You know what I'm saying? I know they're putting a different spin on it in 2026, but we already got a shitty version with Dolph Lundgren. Duke, don't go over there. Don't go over there. Hey, don't go over there. We already got a shitty version with Dolph Lundgren in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? This one wasn't shitty, but you know, in a lot of situations, it was definitely on the toilet. But anyway, right now, the Masters of the Universe, starring Nick Gillante, I think Gillante and Idris Elba. I'm giving it 3 dragon breaths, and it might change, but who knows? So anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and by the power of Grayskull, we have the power.